Completeness to Clybourne Park. Now you're with Horton Foote. What is the difference between the three of them?
They're all such wonderful writers, and I think great artists, have their themes and have their voices. So I feel very taken care of. I think maybe one difference, like marked difference with Horton Foote, is that the storytelling, there's sort of a slower accrual. And it's sort of deceptively, quote, simple, and that's part of the challenge. So that, although, I have to say that Completeness and Clybourne Park, there's also sort of like, there isn't much story, quote unquote, for a long time, and it's more about like an emotional accrual through character. So I feel that I'm swimming in waters that I know. I'm excited about my next Broadway show, Virginia Woolf, is coming out early in the fall. So that's really great, So it's great to have, what's fantastic is that on the heels of Clybourne Park, I'm doing this project. I know what my next project is. So there hasn't been a letdown or anything like that, which is great.
So you're coming off the heels of Follies.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be working in a play now?
Oh, it's lovely. It feels like going home for me because I've done mostly plays all my life. And to do something like Horton Foote is really special.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
I play a woman who's a spinster, never married, and lives in a boarding house with a lot of other single women. And she's taught school all of her life. She's a music teacher.
Do you like doing musicals or plays better? Is there a preference to it?
In a perfect world, I like having both options. It's really fun to switch back and forth. But the vast majority of things I've done have been straight plays.
You went from doing very little to being on Broadway on High.
Yeah.
What did you do after that?
I did the national tour of High. So we traveled around to a bunch of cities, went to Boston, Fort Lauderdale, and San Francisco, and Toronto, Minneapolis, all over. And I just finished that up about a month ago or so, and then we got started on this. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
He's a very good-intentioned, quirky, kind of an oddball, but he's a really interesting guy. I've never played anything like him, and it's a really well-written character, and the rest of the cast kind of, fills in the life of him.
What's it like working on a Horton Foote play?
Oh, it's great. There's so, especially it's a condensed play. It's in one act, so there's so much to explore and so many different avenues in which you can go, and it's such like a treasure to have Hallie in the room and with Pam helming. It's been a lot of fun to kind of explore all the possibilities of what this thing can be, and it's been great.
Hallie, you have been doing your father's plays and directing your father's plays and working on your father's plays for a long time.
Yes.
How does it feel to be doing these three new plays?
I'm really excited. It's the first time back at Primary Stages since he passed away. We began dividing the estate here, which was 2007, I think. And he loved the one-act play form, and it's exciting to be doing 3 one-acts. I think he thought they were sort of perfect plays in this, shorter format.
Have they been done before?
2 of them have been at EST kind of years ago, but Midnight Color, I think, was done, but kind of in an off-Broadway situation in the neighborhood playhouse.
Oh, right.
And Bob Duvall played one of the parts, and my mother saw him, and that's how he got the part in To Kill a Mockingbird, Boo Radley. She said, "You got to come see this performance." So that was the last time. That was in the 60s, early 60s.
Daisy, we haven't seen you doing your father's plays. Is there going to be a time that you're going to be acting in your father's?
No.
No?
No, I don't act.
Is there anything about these plays that's special to you and brings out memories of your father?
Because they're very evocative of his home in the South, and we've spent a lot of time as a family in the town that he grew up in, and that the plays roughly based on. There's every time you see them, there's a sweet sense of home about them. So.
And also, I want to say one thing. Primary Stages first did Daisy's play, and my father directed it, and I acted in it.
Yes.
So this is sort of like coming full circle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then her play, of course, Him is following
Right.
our 3 plays. So the equation's a little bit changed because my dad's not here, but
Yeah.
we feel that, he's sort of here in spirit.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the character that you play?
In this play,
Uh-huh.
her name is Dolores. So I play two characters, but a peripheral character in the third play. But in the first play, I play a woman named Dolores. It's called Blind Date. It's sort of self-explanatory. She's trying to arrange a date for her niece, and she's sort of thwarted at every turn. It's a very funny play.
So can you tell us a little bit about your upcoming play?
It's a family play. It's set in New Hampshire, and it's about a family that has lived together for probably too long, and their father is dying, and they all work in the family store, and it's the consequences of what happened after his death and how they struggle to sort of stay alive as a family and financially. So.
Is there any advice that either one of you would give young writers, young actors, directors that are coming up?
Just keep going.
Yeah,
That's all you can do.
As my dad used to say, write what you know.
Yeah.
Write about what you know.
Tell us a little bit about the characters that you play in this new play.
Yes, I play Sarah Nancy, and I play Cutie Spencer. And in Blind Date, Sarah Nancy is a 17-year-old girl who is an unwilling participant in a blind date. And she's very sarcastic and just doesn't want to go through this experience. And Cutie Spencer is a very emotional and romantic kind of woman, and she's just going through what everyone is going through in this small town and dealing with it in a much more visceral way.
Now, you're coming off the heels of doing Michael John LaCusa's new musical, Giant. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's a beautiful musical. The music is amazing, and the play is... It just spans generations in this one family in Texas, and obviously you probably know about the story based on the book and the movie, and I played Little Luz, who was the daughter of Vic and Leslie, and it was a very beautiful play.